My name is Tyson Haynes. I'm here by the grace of God. Coming up, my dad was the guy that sold alcohol after hours, and he sold drugs, and I saw that all the time. And not knowing that about an addiction that it was gonna cause later, we started drinking on our own. It started escalating, it started moving on to marijuana, then it started moving on to cocaine. I started smoking crack. I was very addicted. I couldn't be without it.
I've been with Tyson for 32 years. We have 4 kids together. Tyson got involved in doing drugs, and honestly, I couldn't tolerate it anymore.
I just dropped everything. We had car, we had apartment, we had everything, that a family wants. But that stuff has a grip on you, and it's like, it took me away from my family.
He literally slept in the streets. It was really hard for me and for the kids to see him like that.
They would cry. I'm telling them, I'm all right. I'm all right. You see me, I'm smiling, but they was looking at my appearance. It was like a shadow of myself. I was out there for 15 years.
Seeing my youngest graduate, and he wasn't there at her graduation, and it broke her heart. And for her to tell me that her dad didn't love her, so sorry. So it hurt them.
My name is Lisa Marie Rizzo. I grew up in the near north side of Houston. Growing up, there was some abuse in the home. It was a neighborhood that was predominantly very low income. I did see a lot of drug abuse, a lot of domestic violence, and just saw a place where you weren't significant. From 13 on into my 40s, I was always using some type of substance. And I remember one day I told my stepdad, hey, I found a place. I really want to go to treatment and I can take my children with me. And he said, you're not taking my grandkids there. Like, you're a junkie, once a junkie, always a junkie. Those words spiraled me to a place where I did not return for 4 years. And that was my rock bottom.
2019, I got arrested, and in the back of that police car, I just kept saying, I'm tired of this. I saw myself in the reflection of the camera when they took the mugshot, and I said, I can't do this no more. They sent me to open door mission. From that day, I just felt a change. While I was at open door mission, I was introduced to Main Street Ministries.
Hello, how are you today?
Good morning.
Good. You have an appointment today?
Yes, ma'am.
I hadn't had my ID in about 10 years. No Social Security. I lost all that stuff, even my birth certificate.
That's to get your Louisiana birth certificate for you, okay? And this is the application that you're gonna sign.
Operation ID has been around 40 years since the beginning of Main Street Ministries. And our whole purpose is to help people get their legal documents.
We'll get you up on the system here.
You can't really do anything in society without them. You can't get a job, you can't get housing, you can't get benefits, you can't get education.
Chicago. Tell me what you like best about Chicago, besides the Cubs and the White Sox.
The very first time I went through those doors at Main Street Ministries, I'm used to being like around people that are just rough around the edges, from the streets, always aggressive. But the whole way through, these people were just nice and helpful. They knew every part of the whole step, and they held my hand through it. And then pretty soon, I just started walking on my own.
Once someone has a little bit of stability, they know where they're sleeping, they have a little bit of income, and they're starting to think about this path that they're on, and they want to go further. That's when we introduced life empowerment classes.
We just love these programs as they are helping people break cycles of poverty, break cycles of incarceration, addictions, domestic violence. They get to examine their own life as where they are right now, and then make space to think about the future.
Good evening. I want to welcome y'all tonight to a graduation, a very special graduation.
Our graduations happen after 5 months of the Getting Ahead program.
For me, the goal that I set was extremely high. It's so important, and I could not have done it without them.
When you come and you listen to this transformational change in someone in 5 months, it just reminds you of why we're doing what we're doing.
About 10 years ago, I started my journey of sobriety and recovery, and that brought me into Main Street Ministries. I was able to take 4 classes. The Family Hope class is exactly what it says, Family Hope. That's what I really needed, was that connection and community. No matter where you came from, there was never a judgment. And so I will forever be grateful with the programs that they have here and the staff and the love that they showed me.
My confidence was shot being on drugs because I was embarrassed. By them giving me these empowerment classes, teaching me how to be assertive, they're giving me power to look up, speak up, be heard. I have about 8 certificates on the wall of things that I started and I didn't stop until I finished. And here I am now.
At the time that I was participating with Main Street, I was renting, working 2 jobs. I had recently gotten custody of 3 of my grandchildren, and it was really hard. There was a financial course that really helped me pay attention to how I was spending. That really helped me tremendously to get to the next level of where I'm at now. Today, I am the manager of the Sobering Center with Houston Recovery Center. I do own my own home. I still have custody of my grandchildren, bringing my grandchildren with me to Main Street so they saw a different thing that I saw growing up or that my own children saw growing up. God gave me another chance to be able to show them something different.
I've been sober for almost 5 years now. My wife, my daughter, my grandchildren, we're all here.
To see him being with the grandkids, it's just ecstatic to see their glow on their face with their pawpaw. They don't see the bad in him anymore. They see what he went through and the positive that he's coming out of it.
Knowing that we're investing in one life and it's flowing through to others is just an incredible impact to have.
I always want this in the back of their head, like my dad was a great guy. He just had an addiction, but he broke through that. And I want to keep those like generational things going. We don't have to be happy in drugs and alcohol. Main Street Ministries, if they can save somebody like me, those donations, that time spent by volunteers, it's very important because look what he did. It works. And it's been fun. I enjoy life now.